all of the spectrum of emotions that we feel as humans are all so deep and so powerful, but there's something really debilitating about shame.
It is wonderful to chat with you. Let's dive in.
Likewise.
It is great.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm speaking with Ashley Ganger, one of the stars of Calorie, which is just such a wonderful film.
Yeah.
Ashley, thank you so much for your time. I really
Of
appreciate this.
course. Thanks for, hanging.
Uh, anytime. Anytime. Honestly, this is such a wonderful film. I
Mhm.
love a good film about families trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
And for your characters and stepping into India for the first time
Yeah.
and trying to navigate your stories, your family drama, and it's just there's something wonderful about that.
Mhm.
But what drew you to the role of Simi?
Um, it was a lot of things. When I read the script or probably the sides for the first time when I got the audition, I just kind of felt like I knew her. Like this was like a young teenage girl, like going through all of these difficult things, like finishing school, not really knowing what she wanted to do. On top of that, her parents had just gotten divorced, like all of these things that like felt very close and personal. Like when I was in high school, my parents also got divorced and like I just really resonated with like the things that she was experiencing. And then also like being an actor and finishing school, being like am I gonna pursue this? Am I gonna go to school for acting? And she's like in the same boat, like, I want to pursue music. How do I do that? So it really just felt like a lot of alignment in like a way that I understood her and her rebellion and her anger and like the reason she was feeling all the things she was feeling. So it was like an immediate sort of connection. And then on top of that, like this story was just so wonderful. This like tension with her mom and like the way that they go about navigating each other through all these difficult things. And then like, obviously the idea of filming in India was also like super alluring. It's like that sounds super fun. So yeah, it was a combination of a lot of things, but just like immediate connection to Simi was probably my first draw.
Well, it's interesting you talk about filming in India because I wanted to ask you about that
Yeah.
because this film really gives India
Mhm.
a mystique, if you will,
Yeah.
sort of this sense of sensibilities. Was this your first time, and what gives it that era? What gives it that aura?
I've been to India before. The first time I went, the only time I went was when I was younger. I was maybe like 12. So I was with my mom, I was with my grandparents, I was with like my whole family, meeting my extended family, meeting my great grandparents for the first time. Like it was a really special trip. My uncle was getting married, but this was the first time I'd gone back to India as an adult, kind of on my own with this like group of people who I knew, but like weren't my family, but then sort of became my family. And it's a really, really different thing to like go back to the place your parents grew up, your grandparents grew up as an adult on your own and like navigate like the city and the country in like your own sort of way.
Mm.
It was actually like very emotional for me because like since then my grandfather had passed and I'd been back there and I could like feel his presence in a lot of different ways. And I was thinking about him and like being at the Golden Temple is such an emotional thing just because of the history and like there's an energy about it. Um, but I think with India, like it has such deep history and such deep roots. And on top of that, like I think on film specifically, there's like a dust in the air.
Mm.
You could call it pollution, but like also there's like this like dust in the air that gives every frame this like really warm haze. And I noticed it when they were shooting and they were like taking different shots of the city and I would see them like I would see stills and stuff and I was like it is this thing of like how does it just look like this, like how does it look so beautiful on film just naturally. I do think it's something about just like the dust in the air and the sun and the way that the sun like bounces off all of the like stuff in the air. It's I don't know, it's so beautiful though.
So you noticed that, like, even while we were filming, because I just assumed that was, I'm sure there was, fixing it in post a little bit and stuff like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that, but
like color
there
grading and
is
stuff.
this
Sure.
warm glow to the entire
Yes.
film, But what
Yes.
you're saying is it's there in real life as well.
It's raw. It's really raw. Like as soon as you see playback or see like any stills, you can see it immediately and you're like, it's very like jarring. It's like, wow. Like how does it just look like that? It is really
Yeah.
crazy.
I would love to talk about Simi's relationship with her mother in this
Oh
because
yeah.
this is a key part of her journey. I mean, obviously, she's just stepping out into adulthood herself.
Yeah.
So there's that tension, but there's this real sense, dealing with the divorce, dealing with these secrets that are coming out,
Hmm.
um, of a struggle between the two of them. And I was
Yeah.
wondering, in your mind, what is it that she's looking for from her mother and not getting?
I think she's just looking for like a really genuine connection with her that she just doesn't seem to have. Like, there's like a distance between them emotionally. And, she talks about her mom working a lot and like not really being around. And like, it was very evident. Like, obviously, there were versions of the script that existed pre like what the film is, but it was, really obvious that the girls were like really close to their dad and then now they're living with their mom who like works all the time and like she wasn't like the one who made dinner and like did like school things with them. Like it was dad, and that was like really apparent in their backstory and like something we talked about with Isha a lot. So that was like number one. It's like, okay, she's closer with her dad, she has this like really close bond and relationship with him. And then with Monica, like I think because Monica's also sort of struggling with all of this stuff she's keeping inside, she doesn't really know how to engage with the girls really deeply and on a very like personal, real level. And so we see that unfold in India. But I think she is really just looking for her mom to like see her and like, I don't know, like get her a little bit? It's like every teenage girl is like, I just kind of want to be seen and I kind of want to just be heard. Like, do you hear me? Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like she's not getting that from her mom.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. It's interesting to see sort of both sides here
Yeah.
because I know Simi only see things from her perspective, which
Yeah,
is
of
normal,
course.
but we also see the side of her mother. We see her story back in Toronto,
Yeah.
trying to piece things together and figure things out. And it's interesting too. This is a film that deals with one of the things that comes up a few times is the idea of shame.
Hmm.
And I was wondering in your mind,
Hmm.
what is it about shame that is makes it so powerful?
I think, you know, all of the spectrum of emotions that we feel as humans are all so deep and so powerful, but there's something really debilitating about shame,
Hmm.
I think. And the way that like depending on who you are, this film also has a huge cultural aspect. Like I think for Indian people and my community, like specifically, I know this is like also broad and everyone feels these things, but specifically for us, like there is a shame about so many things that feel so normal, that should feel so normal. And it's little things, like it's shame about not telling the truth because whatever. And that's also very human. It's like, oh, I wasn't honest when I should have been. And now I feel all this shame about it. And it does become this thing inside of you that just sort of balls up and like, I don't know, follows you. It doesn't go anywhere until you do something about it. Shame is a really interesting one. I don't fully know if I've cracked the code on everything about it, but like it's that one, it hits people really hard from what I've seen and like personally what I've experienced.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that you don't always know what it is, but you know when
Yeah.
you feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. With that being said, I
Hmm.
which I guess if the viewer has not seen this film, it ties in thematically. Let's put it that way,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
without giving spoilers. Um, but one of the things I loved about this film was its honesty and openness about the legacy of Flight 182
Yeah.
in 1985, which you're young enough to have not been here for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I was so, and because of that, like this is without getting into spoilers for the film, I was wondering, um, the more you like your knowledge of this story and how that's affected you personally,
Yeah.
whether or not this is something you've learned for the first time or something you've known for many years. I don't know. I was wondering what how a story like that impacted you.
I wasn't aware of it until I'd read the script and, done the research and really learned about what happened. And like, it is still to this day labeled the largest terrorist attack in Canadian history. Um, and growing up Indian, Sikh, like my mom's side of the family is like Sikh and, whatever. It's a really tough pill to swallow to learn about it, and then also learn about why it happened,
Hmm.
the origins, why things were so tense politically at the time. Um, it brings a lot of personal responsibility to being a part of a project like this,
Hmm.
and also knowing, Isha's history with this and why this was so important to her and like why she wrote this film and wanted to make this movie. Like, just like, even though Monica is the one dealing with the brunt of all of that, regardless, as a cast member, as a person, a part of this story, you feel this like responsibility and this want to like give it everything that you can in the ways that it deserves. Um, and yeah, I mean, learning about something like that it changes your view on a lot of different things, like, the history of like my people in Canada, like discrimination, like you're just like understanding a lot of things and like a lot of things that might have happened after that make more sense now to me.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, really difficult but important time of research for me.
Well, sure. And like I said, it's interesting. Like my this is different, but bear with me. Like I was just having a conversation with my youngest
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago about, and I mentioned 9/11, and
yeah,
he had no frame of reference. He's like, I don't even know what
yeah,
that is. And
right.
and we had to have a conversation about that. What's going on,
Yeah,
what was going on here, what was things like, and but it is when you step into a world like this is why I think the film handles the topic like this so beautifully.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it does so.
100%.
Yeah, it really does. And you do a wonderful job in the role, honestly.
Thank you. Thank
Simi
you.
is a wonderful character. Um, and I really honestly, Ashley, like I said, Calorie is just a beautiful film, and I really appreciate the chance to chat with you about it. Thank you so much for your time. I
Of
really
course. Thank
appreciate it.
you. This was wonderful. You had wonderful questions.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you very
Of
much.
course. Thank
Um,
you so much.
have a great day.
You too.
Thanks. Bye bye.